my blue-eyed son. Now where have you been, my darling young one? I stumble on the side of 12 misty mountains. I walked and I crawled on 6 crooked highways. I stepped in the middle of 7 sad forests. I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. And it's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Rain's gonna fall. What did you see, my blue-eyed son? What did you see, my darling young one? Saw a newborn baby with wild rose all around it. Saw a highway of diamonds with nobody on it. I saw a black branch with blood that kept dripping. I saw a room full of men with their hammers a bleeding. I saw a white ladder all covered with water. I saw 10,000 talkers whose tongues were all broken. I saw guns that shot swords in the hands of young children. It's hard, it's hard, it's hard, it's hard. Rain's gonna fall. What did you hear, my blue-eyed son? And what did you hear, my darling young one? Heard the sound of the thunder that roared out a warning. Heard the roar of a wave that could drown the whole world. I heard 100 drummers whose hands were a-blazing. I heard 10,000 whispering and nobody listening. I heard one person starving, heard many people laughing. Heard the song of a poet who died in the gutter. Heard the sound of a clown who died in the alley. It's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard. Rain gonna fall. Who did you meet, my blue-eyed son? And who did you meet, my darling young one? I met a young child beside a dead pony. I met a white man who walked a black dog. I met a young woman whose body was burning. I met a young girl, she gave me a rainbow. I met one man who was wounded in love. I met another man who was wounded in hatred. And it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard. Rain gonna fall. Now what do you do now, my blue-eyed son? What do you do now, my darling young one? depths of the deepest dark forest, where the people are many and the hands are all empty, where the pellets of poison are flooding their waters, where the home in the valley meets the damp, dirty prison, and the executioner's face is always well hidden, where hunger is ugly, where the souls are forgotten, where black is a color and none is a number. I'll tell it and speak it and think it and breathe it, and reflect from the mountains so all souls can see it. And I'll stand on the ocean until I start sinking, but I'll know my song well before I start singing. It's a heart, it's a heart, it's a heart, it's a heart, rain gonna fall. Thank you for listening.